Everyone wants more money, but most of us weren't taught how to create an abundant life. That's where the law of attraction, manifesting success stories show comes in. If you are ready to have more money, create more freedom, and experience more fun, turn the volume up. It's time to learn how to create the prosperity and life you have been dreaming of. Here's your host, Cassie Parks. Hello, and welcome to this interview. I am here at the amazing Living the Dream class of 2026A. I am your host, Cassie Parks, and tonight we are diving into the growth of these amazing women over the past couple of months. So we have a couple new interviewees with us tonight. Let's start with Kate. Welcome, Kate.
Hi, thank you.
Hi. What's awesome?
Just being on this call, being in the right space to be accepted into the program and being on this call.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
I love it. What's your magic in the world?
What's my magic? Being in the space of people who need it.
Awesome.
And being there for them, but then enjoying that process myself as well.
I love it. Very cool. And how did we get connected?
I started listening to your podcast a few years ago, and I read a few of your books, and it was the right time. I looked at the program ages ago, but I couldn't find it. And then only a couple of months ago, I thought, I'm going to have a look again. And there you are, available, links all there. And Yay. I thought, what the heck, I'm doing it.
That's
I get to
awesome.
work with you.
Yes, I'm so happy that you're here. Tell us, what was your experience with the law of attraction sort of prior to joining Manifest 10K and the Enchanted Circle?
I knew about it. I followed it. I'm a life and business coach myself. But what I found was I put things out there, but things didn't eventuate. Mm-hmm. So I knew that there was a block and I wasn't sure what I was missing.
Yeah.
And I think I got a bit disillusioned.
Yeah.
That's where I thought, having your guidance and hearing all the podcasts, hearing how everyone's been through their process really helped a lot. So I knew it can work. I see it around me all the time. But so I thought, so there's something I have to look at deeper that I wasn't sure how to do myself.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Very cool. And what's your money manifested total so far?
Surprised me so much. And so the first of March I came in and started doing it about a week later, and my manifested total, including value in dollar, is $3,475.46 Australian dollars.
Yay!
So I was
that's
like,
awesome.
Oh my goodness.
That's fabulous. Oh, so exciting. And what's the biggest shift sort of in your understanding of the law of attraction and how it works since we started working together?
Gosh, that was a really hard one to think about. Being able to flip and look at what you want rather than what you don't want.
Yes.
And I coach that. I work with my children on that, but when it's so close to you. And over the last month or two, I've been able to do that a lot quicker and a lot easier without holding on to the attachment of the result that I want.
Yeah.
You know how you want to strangle a chook when it's that feeling is, I want that.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, I've said what I want. I've done the work.
Awesome.
So I feel I've had a lot of work in that area and success.
Yay, that's awesome. I love it. I'm so glad you're here. Next up is Leslie. So this is her first interview in the series. What's awesome with you, Leslie?
Well, what's awesome is I did something really risky yesterday, and it was a social media post that I shared about some stuff going on in my life, and it kind of blew up my feed. I've been getting constant messages of support and emails, and it was something that I shared about my own life, but I also wanted to share it so that others could be able to take action. And it did, in fact, influence some people to take some action around the thing that I was talking about. So it just made me feel really good. So it's been super emotional, but it's been really good, but I'm kind of exhausted from it.
I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
Yay, that's awesome. Would you call that action inspired?
Yeah, it was. It was
Yeah.
something that was on my heart for about 2 weeks. I knew I was going to do this, and I literally had tension in my chest that was like disturbing me quite a bit. And I was like, okay, I got to get something off my chest. That's what this is about. And I did feel better. I did feel better afterwards.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Well, what's your magic in the world?
Well, I'm all about the magic, actually. I am a professor at an art university, and I teach animation. I teach people how to tell stories, how to make characters move, and how to make films.
That's amazing.
And it is magic.
Yeah.
and the other magic is I combine this work. I have a very long kind of history with working in dance, and I have been learning to do flamenco, and it's going to take me a decade, maybe, but I'm so excited. I just love it so much.
Yay. Awesome. Yeah. And how did we get connected?
I was really looking for something positive to listen to when I was going out for walks in the fall, and I found your podcast, and I probably listened to maybe 5 or 6 of them, and I kept on hearing this thing of manifest $10,000 and pay when you manifest, and I was like, okay, I have nothing to lose here. So I signed up. Yeah.
Awesome. And what was your experience with the law of attraction prior to joining Manifest 10K?
Like nothing specific. It's something I've kind of just, known about. I've tried using affirmations. I've done scripting. I've done a bunch of stuff. But I never had any like kind of a formal reading or education process about law of attraction. But when I look back, I think I was definitely becoming more open to law of attraction, and I'm currently in the process of separating from my husband, and that was something that very much someone like gave me some really great advice to kind of gave me permission to just kind of like not make a decision about it, because I was in this place where it was like, oh, I have to decide what am I going to do, and I was like really spinning in circles on it. And I went through I just gave myself permission to just allow this thing to come. It took 2 years, but it did. And I felt myself all along the way, like trusting the process and just listening. So it's really cool to be learning and hear and then reflect back on that and other experiences that I've had.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's your current money manifested total?
$5,145.22.
Yay! That's amazing. And what would you say is your biggest shift in using and understanding the law of attraction since you started Manifest 10K?
Yeah. I feel like it's really hard to kind of pinpoint a biggest shift, because I feel like there's probably been a lot of small ones.
Yeah.
And I think I guess the things that really stand out are like just to let go and trust the process.
Yeah.
And to feel my feelings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love that. And I love that you're able to see that let go and that trust the process, looking back on this process of starting to get divorced. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Yay. All right. So Chana, and just for all you listening, we are recording this April 26, 2021, which means Chana has been here for about 5 months. I love it. And you heard her in the last couple of interviews, what's your new money manifested total?
My new money manifested total as of today is $17,839.47.
Yay! That's amazing. How does that feel?
Amazing.
I was funny enough thinking today. I'm like, oh, there's some shifts and changes coming in the program, and some of you know I'm like training new coaches, and I was like, maybe I'm going to change mine to manifest 20,000, and you're right there in alignment with that.
I am. That's super exciting.
Yeah, so that was good evidence for me. What would you say is your coolest piece of evidence since our last interview?
Oh man. I think the coolest piece of evidence for me happened just a few weeks ago. I found myself kind of falling back into the how habit, and
I love that
trying
description, by the way. How habit, yeah.
the how habit, yeah, and trying, letting my mind go and trying to figure out how to fix something or change the situation, and I finally let it go and just stopped and was like, okay, let me just feel into this. And was texting with a really good friend of mine, Lauren, and this was surrounding my current employment. And I was like, you know what? One of these days, I'm just going to become like a tour guide, and I'm going to be subject matter expert, and I'm going to take people on these amazing experiences and these tours, and it's just going to be super fun, and I'm going to love it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a storyteller. So I take Leslie's evidence as well as being a storyteller, and I have a background in journalism as well. But anyway, and so I just said that, put it out there, and literally like 2 days later, a friend of mine posted an information session on a company that she works for, and it's all about educational international tours. And I was like, okay, there's the evidence that there is something out there for me. Not sure what it is, but that's okay. I don't have to. I felt excited because it wasn't like, oh, I have to apply for this job now and figure this out. It was like, okay, there it is. So I'm going to sit in on this info session, and I did, and the company sounds amazing. Everybody gets to travel internationally. There's so many professional and personal development opportunities. They have on-site language classes. It just was really cool, and I was like, okay, that's so much evidence for me that something is out there that I can experience and really enjoy and love. So yeah,
That's awesome. I
yeah.
love that. Fabulous. You also heard from Carrie in the last couple interviews. So, Carrie, what is your money manifested total?
My total as of today is $3,345.26.
Yay! That's amazing.
Yes, I'm excited.
I love it. And what's your coolest piece of evidence since our last interview?
Since our last interview, actually, one of the things on my 10K list was to go on a vacation to Whistler, and I found out that the company my husband works for has a condo in Whistler that we can use.
I love that. Because everybody, I say this all the time, like what we want is generally around us, we just don't see it. And so it's not like that. I don't think they just bought it last week, right?
No.
But once you decided, this is what I'm going to invest in, like it shows up and the universe clears the path to make it easier.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I love it. Awesome. Leslie, what's your coolest piece of evidence so far?
A coolest, I don't know.
Or just a fun one?
Yeah, I think the most fun one was like the day I was driving in my car and I was thirsty. And I forget exactly how this thought process went, but it was something like, okay, what do I want? What do I want? And I was like, I want to get a kombucha. And then I was in this neighborhood. I was like, oh no, I'm going to stop at the Namaste food truck and get a chai. And I got over there, and the food truck wasn't there that day. And so I just decided, okay, I'm just going to go home. I think I'll just have a drink at home. And I got home and my grocery delivery had arrived and there was a free kombucha in it.
I love that story. So awesome. Fabulous. Nicole, what is your new money manifested total?
My money manifested total as of today is $4,445.90.
Yay! That's awesome. And what's your coolest piece of evidence since our last interview?
Probably getting booked on a acting job without having to do anything. A friend of mine just called to see if I was available, and I said yes, I'm available. And she said, I'm going to submit you to the client. And then like the next day, she's like, okay, so here's the date. Can you show up on the date? And that hasn't happened to me in a really long time. So that was awesome evidence that
Yay!
that the passive income that I hope for is it's right there. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Kate, what's some evidence that's been really awesome for you?
I put out a scholarship last year for business coaching, and I had a gorgeous girl in England take it up, and we've just finished. And she accepted moving forward with a mentorship coaching. And I had an amount that kept coming to me to offer her. And she said, yes, that's exactly what I budgeted for. So, because I know I wanted to work with her in some way, shape or form further. It was just wonderful. And then I get another client this week for a group coaching starting next week. And I just went, oh, it's just flowing. Evidence everywhere.
Yes. Yay. That's awesome. Yay. Fabulous. Luisa, what's your new money manifested total?
Well, if I'm going to check off my 10K list as of today, my new total will be $37,670.75.
Yay! How does that feel?
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes, I love it. So for those of you who are keeping track, we're in the neighborhood of, around $70,000 of manifested money on this call, which is amazing. and so you get to take that, if you're listening at home, you get to take that as evidence. You get to take all of the numbers and that whole total. Like you are sitting in, I think sometimes we think, oh, like I'm not surrounded by those people. But the cool thing about this podcast is you are literally being surrounded by these people right now who have manifested all of this money and keep doing it. Including Luisa. She mentioned, for counting her 10K today, that's for your trip to Hawaii for your 50th birthday, right?
Absolutely. Yep. Hawaii in November.
That's awesome. What other evidence? What's some cool evidence that you've seen?
Oh my gosh, there's been so many. But the coolest that still freaks me out to this day is there was a business opportunity that's been a passion of mine, I'm going to say, for the last 8 years. And since I started, and I've dropped that years ago, didn't even attempt it, completely forgot about it. Recently, 3 weeks now, maybe a month, that business opportunity has come back without me doing absolutely anything. From lawyers showing up, from a facility showing up, from a partnership coming to me. I've done nothing. And it's all being done for me.
Yay, that's amazing. So fun. I love it. Well, today we're going to wrap up for today, but make sure that you come back and check out how else these ladies have grown, how they know it's happening, what else is awesome in their lives next week.
Thank you for joining us on the Law of Attraction Manifesting Success Stories show. To learn how to attract more money into your life, go to your favorite book retailer and order Cassie's book, Manifest $10,000.